Hello, ladies. Welcome to our final session. In this session, we're basically going to talk about our reflections, different strategies and goals that have helped our situation or some that haven't. In addition, if we can share how the counseling session has helped you as a person, as your situation. So we can start off with Lucy. You can tell us a little bit about what's going on since our last session.
Okay. Well, since our last two sessions, a little bit about what's been going on with my mom and her diagnosis. I realized that definitely being around positive and happy people, and kind of maintaining a healthy diet and working out, and also spending time with my mom, just creating memories with her has helped me. I did realize that every time I eat, because I turn to food as my comfort, and I noticed that when I do eat heavy meals, I tend to feel a lot worse. So I definitely, started maintaining a healthy diet and working out, and that's helped me. And then what hasn't helped me is I just being alone and having negative thoughts, and just fearing that I'm gonna lose my mom. That's when I usually start feeling down and I get all sad. But from this session, I definitely gained a lot of positive feedback from hearing that other people are also going through tough times, and I'm not alone. And I definitely the stuff that they've done that has helped them, I like to maybe I can try as well, so it can help me.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing that. I know within your first session here, you had a lot of fears. You were very overwhelmed when you did learn of your mother's diagnosis, and I'm glad you are you're being open to doing different strategies are going to also make you feel better. I remember that was also one of my advice to you, as in take care of yourself. Take care of yourself, do things that make you happy, and generally be there for your mother. Support her, let her know you're there with her going through this tough time and journey. So I'm really glad I'm able to see that growth in you, and I feel like that is one of the beneficials of us meeting as a group, being able to share different coping styles, and kind of receiving the feedback and taking it into play when it comes to your own life. So thank you so much for sharing that, and I'm really glad you're doing much better, and so is your mother. Lupe, if you can just tell us a little bit about strategies and goals that have helped you, have not, and how this counseling session has affected you.
What has helped me was staying busy, and that letter that I wrote to my dad, I try to read it every once in a while just to remind myself of everything that I wanted to tell him.
Mm-hmm.
And also trying to make him proud of me and what I'm doing, and spending time with my mom, talking about him, has made me feel better. What hasn't helped me is when I have my alone time, because when I do start thinking about him, not that that's a bad thing, but there's just those thoughts in my head it takes me back to that negative space. And this session has helped me because it makes me feel it makes me realize that there's other people out there as well that are having the same struggles that I am.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing that, Lupe. I know one thing I would suggest for you is to just really honor your father, and fully live in his honor. Live the best life, make him proud. I also want to suggest for you is to grieve even more, but also take breaks from it. I think what it is that sometimes how you mentioned like, oh, you know, I'm doing better, but then it kind of takes me back to the negative thoughts, where you learned about your father's death, and that's because you're not allowing that to lead you through the pathway to grief. So I think for you, I think it should be okay if you're letting fully grieve, but also taking breaks from it, and knowing that it's okay to do that, and your father will be proud of you no matter what. One thing I usually recommend for those going through grief is choose a day that you decide to grieve. You know, once a month, once a week, or every other month, but choose a day where you decide to grieve, you decide to bring out his pictures, you decide to bring out his songs, and fully just kind of let all your emotions out. You know, so I that's one recommendation I would give to you. So you can feel better. I mean, you know, grieving is a roller coaster, and you go through so much. You know, you go through sadness, guilt, happiness. But the fact that, you know, you tell me that you go back to it, it's like you have to allow that to let your pathway go smoothly. So just kind of, you know, give yourself a break, and, you know, learn how to make yourself feel better, and just know that you have your father, you know, watching you, and he is your guardian angel, and, you know, he's going to be there no matter what. And if you don't decide to have a day of grieving, he's going to love you no matter what. So he's always going to be there for you. So thank you so much for sharing this. I've seen a lot of growth in you. I know it takes a lot of strength. But, you know, you're doing a great job, and I feel like this session has, you know, really shaped us into growth and strength, and, you know, we're able to talk about our situation a lot easier. So I really appreciate you both coming to our counseling sessions, and are able to share confidential and tough things that we're going through. You know, we're not alone, and we're here, and we can always support each other and be there for each other. So I really appreciate you guys being here, and I just hope this session will help you and throughout your life and help your situation out. So I really appreciate that. Thank you.